At 19 years old, Robert Baden-Powell stood at a crossroads that would shape not just his life, but the lives of millions yet unborn. The year was 1876, and the British Empire stretched across the globe like a vast crimson tapestry. For a young man of ambition but modest means, the army offered adventure, purpose, and a path to distinction. Baden-Powell had seized that path with both hands. His commission into the 13th Hussars was nothing short of extraordinary. This was one of the most prestigious cavalry regiments in the British Army, with a lineage stretching back to 1715. The regiment had charged at Waterloo and earned glory in the Crimean War. Now, this untested young officer would wear their distinctive blue tunic and carry their traditions forward. But first, he had to prove himself worthy. The journey to India aboard a troop ship was Baden-Powell's first taste of the wider world. For weeks, he watched the European coastline give way to the azure Mediterranean, then the dusty shores of Egypt, and finally, the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean. He filled sketchbooks with drawings of everything he saw: seabirds, foreign ports, his fellow officers at cards, and the endless horizon. His artist's eye was cataloging a new world. India in the 1870s was the jewel in the British crown, a land of ancient civilizations, exotic wildlife, and complex politics. The subcontinent was a kaleidoscope of experiences: the scorching heat of the plains, the magnificent Himalayan foothills, and the intricate tapestry of Hindu temples and Mughal architecture. For a young man raised on tales of adventure, it was paradise. Baden-Powell threw himself into regimental life with characteristic enthusiasm. He became known for his theatrical talents, organizing elaborate entertainments that boosted morale among officers and men alike. He could play multiple characters in a single evening, switching accents and personalities with ease. His superiors noted his ability to connect with soldiers from all backgrounds, a skill that would serve him well in years to come. But it was in the wild spaces of India that Baden-Powell truly came alive. He spent every available moment hunting, tracking, and learning the ways of the land. He studied the methods of native trackers, absorbing their wisdom about reading footprints, understanding animal behavior, and moving silently through the jungle. The skills he had practiced as a schoolboy in the copse were now being refined by masters. He developed an obsession with pig sticking, the dangerous sport of hunting wild boar on horseback with a lance. It required split-second timing, exceptional horsemanship, and nerves of steel. A charging boar could disembowel a horse or rider in seconds. Baden-Powell excelled at it, eventually writing a book on the subject that became the definitive guide. In this brutal sport, he found the perfect fusion of his abilities: observation, quick thinking, physical courage, and the thrill of the chase. His superiors began to notice this unusual young officer. He was given responsibility for training new recruits, and his methods were unconventional. Rather than drilling men in parade ground formations, he took them into the countryside to learn practical skills: map reading, tracking, camouflage, and fieldcraft. He believed soldiers should think for themselves, not merely follow orders. It was revolutionary thinking for the Victorian military. As his first years in India drew to a close, Baden-Powell had transformed from an uncertain youth into a confident officer with a growing reputation. He had discovered his calling, not in the rigid structures of parade and protocol, but in the practical arts of scouting and reconnaissance. The army was about to need those skills desperately. Africa was calling, and with it, the conflicts that would forge Baden-Powell into a legend.